So if you see overall market, you see electronics market is definitely sunshine market for India. It has been growing much faster than the global market. So we grew at 14% CAGR from 2016 to 2019, and it is expected to grow at a CAGR of 16.6% between 2019 and 25. And this definitely does not include the impact of PLI. So CAGR of 16.6% will actually be exceeded. That's what we focus on. So when this report was done together with F&S, we didn't see the PLI was at a very nascent stage, and after that, with close cooperation with Government of India, we have been able to ensure that many new end equipments are brought under the ambit of PLI. So total demand, if you see, grew at a CAGR of 12.6% from 2016 to 19. It's expected to grow at a CAGR of 14.9% between 2019 to 25. What is worth mentioning here, exports are expected to grow at a CAGR of 30.8%. So this is very, very important. And this is basically years of government working in this area to ensure that the ESDM industry is getting proper attention. So if you see, India will definitely leap into top 3 countries in ESDM consumption, and it will be among the top 5 countries in electronics production. So I think with PLI, I think this is definitely going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years for sure. So in terms of the GDP contribution, today we are at around 3.4%, and it is expected to reach around 6.4% by 2025, which means that the additional employment creation will be around 1 crore, at around 10 million jobs, direct and indirect. So coming to the domestic manufacturing, so domestic manufacturing grew really well from $48 billion to $81 billion, which is a CAGR of 19.1%. So it's expected to grow to $260 billion by 2025, which means at a CAGR of 21.5%. So import, say because of this, the import reduction has happened. So if you see from 2016 to 2019, we reduced our import from 57% to 49%, which means close to $15 billion of savings. And from 2019 to 25, it's further expected to go down to $29 billion, which will result in a saving of close to $66 billion. I think these are really very, very important figures for the future. So if you see, one important thing which is worth mentioning here, see, domestic value addition today is roughly still in the teens, around 17%. But the focus of the government and for us as an association to give inputs is to move it to the figure from 17% to 40% by 2025. What that means is the additional value creation because of this 40%, 17 to 40% will be $60 billion by 2025. So coming to this, I think we talked about this. I think the pain today, what we have is only 9% of the total production is high value. High value. It's mostly low value add, but high value add basically means more than 50% of domestic value addition. So which you see in this figure on the right hand side, even by 2025, we will see 237 billion of low value manufacturing happening in the country, and 23 billion will come from the high value addition. So we need to really focus on this part, how to make this portion bigger comparatively. And the electronic design, we are growing pretty strongly. I think it's covered in the next slide. So we will grow from $13 billion in electronic design to $20 billion from 2016 to 2019, which is at a CAGR of 15.4%. I think many of the panelists already talked about. Today, there's hardly any semiconductor or ESDM company which does not leverage the Indian talent pool which is available. And there's hardly any semiconductor top 20 company which does not have a design center in the country, including the Taiwanese big names like MediaTek has a big design center both in Bangalore as well as in Delhi. So TI was the first one to basically set up its design center way back in 1985, much before India got into the liberalization mode. But I think it has been a great journey for TI. Since I am part of TI currently, so I can see there's hardly any chip which we design globally and which is manufactured globally, which is not being touched by Indian engineers in Bangalore. So Bangalore is definitely our second largest design center outside of US. And the same story is for many of our members, whether it is Qualcomm, Intel's of this world. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure maybe even for MediaTek outside of Taiwan, India must be the biggest global design center. So this is a great source of foreign exchange, and government of India is making right steps to ensure that this growth continues. And as I said, this is with some of the tweaks. I think there were some policy interventions both at the central government level as well as at the state government level at the Karnataka, where we may see probably this 20.1% being exceeded as well. So there have been some good success stories as well in terms of merger and acquisitions. See, Infochips, which is based out of Gujarat, in India was taken over by Arrow Electronics, which is a global US company in semiconductor supply chain. Sunklap by HCL, SI2 and Wafer Space by Alton Calsoft Labs, Cerium by Tech Mahindra. So what is happening is, because of this lot of activity in the fabless area, and many of you must be knowing that we from IESA initiated SAFAL, which is a Semiconductor Fabless Accelerator Program, almost 3 years back, and it has been a great success. And for the country, for the Karnataka, so we have seen a lot of successes and many companies coming and joining this acceleration program, which was done together with Government of Karnataka and IESA together. So what is way forward for India? So I think what we are proposing, and we have been working, and the government, full credit to the government, we are working very closely to ensure that we incentivize and support design companies to grow in the country, and with focus on ease of doing business and some issues like transfer pricing. And we have been raising different issues to make it more transparent, make it more easy, so that this particular aspect does not become a stumbling block for the global design centers to set up their design center in the country. So apart from that, upscale capabilities of workforce, incentivize research, IP development, and product engineering. And Netra model is another initiative by IESA to ensure that when the engineers come out, they already have substantial experience in their second, third, and fourth year, so that they can easily be utilized without a lot of investment from our member companies and ESDM community at large, to put them on the job. So this is one of the initiatives, and we are planning to take it pan India. And I'm sure Krishna during his talk will definitely talk about what initiatives we are planning as IESA to help basically upskill and our engineers. So some of the things which I would like to talk about, although I talked about with only 9% of the total products at high value addition. So products which have domestic value addition of more than 60%. In 2016, we did 4 billion. 2019, 7 billion. It's expected to go to 23 billion. So what it shows that we need to really focus on innovation-led design, design-led manufacturing. Design innovation and IP will help create high value add products, focus on new use cases, whether it is medical, agri, AV, EV, environment, AI, and ML. So I think on this forum, what I would like to basically emphasize on is that India and Taiwan really need to work together, while as Taiwan will continue to focus on the latest technologies. I saw in the slides before, focusing on below 10 nanometer. So there's a good possibility, and we really request this on this forum, that some of those which are older technologies, whether it is 18 nanometer, 25 nanometer, or 45 nanometer, can be brought into the country, to India, and leverage the incentives what government of India is planning to give in the fab area. This will not only help Taiwanese companies to expand in the latest technologies back home. At the same time, they will be able to leverage the Indian talent and the Indian market, and start producing those old technology parts in the country. Thereby, they can help the country like India to move slowly in the semiconductor space. I think I would like to stop here. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask or ping me whenever you want. Thank you.